Dang. That is what it will make you say. Here is Dang Flex Paint, and it is designed for portable graffiti art use, muralism, whatever you want to do. It has a shakeable ball. It is a graffiti mop, I believe. And I just noticed this while I was ordering other paint, so I said that is very amusing. Here is the small mop on top. So I will try using it on some of this different autumn color paper. We have 3 colors of paper here, and then also this shiny paper. I guess I'll start with a shine. So squeeze out some paint. Look at that thick purple line. That's cool. It better be, because this is an expensive marker. But probably using more paint than I need to there. It was coming out quite thickly, but here is when I'm not actively squeezing the paint. And it is smooth and nice on this purple silver paint to my left. You can see it's got an unusual odor. I'm not used to this paint formula, the smell of it. It's not terrible, it's just weird, kind of chemical. But you can see the purple is really showing out on this lighter color most, and there are some nice sort of streaks there. So just fill in that area. Deep purple. Alright, I'll put the cap on, and then we will compare some of these other paint markers that I have, less expensive. I don't know, I just wanted to try this one. It's the amusing name, Dang, you know. I'll show it to my friends while I'm out doing my performance art. I like to draw anywhere and everywhere. When I go to shows, if I'm not performing or something, I still might do a drawing inspired by the music or whatever. So then here is one of my favorites, the Sharpie creative markers, they're called. And there is a new kind of Sharpie creative marker which has just been revealed. It's the fine tip. So this is a bullet tip. It's the widest one that they make. It's still not very wide, but it's whatever width that is. I like the brush tips better. Brush tips, you say? What do they look like? These. This is the brush tip. And you know, this dang paint looks thicker on this silver surface, even though you'll notice different colors have different coverage. This yellow is very noticeable there. Of course, it's not very noticeable on yellow paper, but let's see. Yeah, I'm starting to breathe in the fumes from the Dang here, but seems to have pretty good coverage on all of these surfaces. I'm not going to do the tablecloth here because I still want to keep that clean for future projects. But let's see, is there any evidence of bleed through? That is the next question. I will lift up this green temporarily. We just look at that. Oh, and there is bleed through. That's not that surprising, considering that it is thick, sort of liquidy paint. So I guess I should be slightly concerned about bleed through on this yellow piece of cardstock there. No, actually not, because this stuff is thick. It has a layer of foil there, so yeah, no seep through whatsoever except on the edge there, and I knew I was endangering the entire operation by flipping it over like that when it was so wet. Oh well. The things I do for a demonstration, right? But let's just compare this acrylic marker here, just for a comparison. Get a pump there, and this is a less expensive art marker that could be used for graffiti or something. It's just probably general purpose wide art marker, and it doesn't have the mop tip. It has this sort of very wide chisel tip on there, but yeah, it's comparable. It's comparable. For the price of one of these dang, I believe this is a specifically graffiti art formula or something special, so designed for that purpose to be used outside or whatever. I'm an artist for walls and canvases. I don't randomly write on walls or anything like that, but the idea is that it's ready for any surface you might possibly want to put it on, including metal or glass or something. Let's see. So yeah, it compares favorably. It is a smaller bottle than I thought when I ordered it. It looked like it was going to be a large bottle, but it's just this little sort of tiny medicine bottle sort of shape. But sure, you could put it in your pocket, take it with you anywhere. And let's see. Just a comparison with a Sharpie creative marker here. And yes, I'll finish this into a real piece of art later on, but I'm having fun just doing some swirls here with this autumn themed paper ready for Halloween or even Thanksgiving later on. The whole pumpkin spice season. Yes, somebody was pointing out that pumpkin spice really doesn't have that much to do with pumpkin itself, because it's all based on the spices themselves, the nutmeg, the cinnamon, the sugar, and all of this stuff. So it's like calling it pumpkin spice is kind of funny, because the taste of pumpkin is barely even in there. And certainly with a lot of these products, it's just going to be a bunch of artificial flavors anyway. But sure, whatever makes them sell more products in the different seasons, right? Anyway, leave your questions and comments. This is VJ Franz K. I love to do synthesizers. I love to do cyber art and computers, virtual reality and everything. But the more time you spend with computers, virtual reality, and those other things, the more you want to go back and say, hey, I want to use some real paint for a while. I want to paint on real surfaces where the paint will flow and all of this stuff. I want to do these things again. So it's like we are in the world now where AI art is becoming a big thing. And it's amazing how fast it can generate oftentimes a pretty decent looking thing. And yet we hope that the real artist doing art with their hands, there will be demand for it, because the thing is, it's true that AI art has a certain look to it, and the more you see too much of that AI art look, the more you're going to want to look back, and hopefully you will talk to us, the artists who have been training for years and decades with our brushes and markers and all of this stuff, and ask us to decorate your space. If you want it decorated, we'll be glad to help you with that. And thank you very much for watching.